Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today it's time to play another round of A Diverse World. Let's hit play, give ourselves a reasonable time limit of, let's say 3, and we'll go for the default settings. Oh no, hang on. Moving, panning, and yes, I need the time limit, so we'll go for the default settings. Otherwise, let's start the game. Bit slow to load today. Hope that speeds up in a second. That's probably my internet. Restaurant and grill. This looks like a European city at first glance. To all directions, Gare SNCF, okay. So I think we're in France. Let's follow that sign and we'll go. Usually the station is in the city centre. And if that's the case, then we should find the name of the station, which should help us find the city in France. So let's see what we can do. We're still going in the right direction. Yep, it's a beautiful looking town. Probably tourism office Le Moulin du Roc. Not quite sure what that means, but I think ROC, that's sort of a word I associate with being in the south of France, like the Eden Rock, for example, famous hotel there. So Angers and Saumur, I don't recognize those names, unfortunately. I think we're still approaching the station, probably at the end of the road. So let's go down here and see what we can find. Yes, this is probably the station here. Gare du Nord, Niort. So that's not Nord as in north of north, that's Niort, N-I-O-R-T. Right, let's get in there and see what we can see. Now, I think we're going to be in the south-ish. That's just a hunch because of the sort of light sandstone colour. It does look like a pretty small town, so I wonder, what we can see there really. Béziers, Cité, I'm expecting it could even be as small as this Aspiran, Montpellier. It's a case of knowing where these towns are, and I don't, on the face of it, know where Niort is. I don't see it here. Draguignan, Freyas, Cannes, Grasse, and Nice. That's pretty much the end of it. I don't recognise the name, and the south coast of France is pretty famous. So, look, with 22 seconds to go, let's just go for somewhere in the middle. I might be wrong about the coast, and there's a long coastline to the west as well. So, let's just put a pin down somewhere in the middle. I'm just going to go for the middle of France. It's a complete guess. So I haven't seen Niort. I'm sure it's there somewhere. Oh, look, and there it is. Yes, in fact, it was dead west. Perhaps that showed up at the end, but I didn't see it. Niort, okay. And we were in the Parc Naturel Régional du Marais Poitevin. This is not an area of France I know very well, so there we go. But now we know where Niort is. It actually looks like a pretty big city. Next round. Okay, this looks at first glance something, maybe Australian or Western U.S.A. Kind of. Not sure. Looks like we've got a school down there. In fact, I think that's the direction I'll head in. That looks like sort of the baseball fields of a school or something, I think we're in the States. I spot the flag out there to my right. Bank of Jena, J-E-N-A. I don't recognise that, but does say something up there as well, doesn't it? Like Lady something. Maybe that's the name of the school. I feel like there's a school nearby. We might be going to a dead-end road here. Possible. So we know we're in the US. And I'm willing to bet at the moment we're in the northwest, but I don't know. It's so hard sometimes to tell with the US. What do we have here? Not a lot. Quite pretty, this area still. Here we go. We're coming to a main-ish road, maybe? Ooh, I don't know. Gonna be tough. We need a sign there. Neil's something and home improvement. No, that's not going to help. Some flag poles with no flags on them, I'm afraid, so nothing to see here. And no, lots of baseball fields. They clearly like their baseball. This could be somewhere like, I know I've been saying the northwest, but the more I go, the less I believe that. Town of Jena. That is the word that we saw before. Jena. It's just a case now of knowing where that is. Come on, let's go down the road. I don't know if that's a European name or not, you know. But the more I think about it, the more that this kind of looks like what's the film I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of Forrest Gump. It kind of looks like where Forrest Gump is from, and I think that is set in Alabama. I might be wrong about that. So, you know, I don't know. This is a complete guess. I'm going for the guess. It's obviously not on a main road somewhere, so let's go out here. Let's go out there and see if there's a Jena town nearby. Because, yeah, look, and would you look at that? Okay, so we weren't far away. Louisiana, actually, we were in. Louisiana, not Alabama. But yeah, the more I look there, the more, as I said, I was getting less convinced that it was the Pacific Northwest, and actually more convinced that it looked like something I recognised. And the thing I recognised was Forrest Gump, the film. So I don't know why that rung a bell. This looks like the UK to me. So I think we'll get there. Bernard Avenue, yeah, that's a dead end, so not worth going down there. The question now is, do we go up the hill or down the hill? And we came from this road. So let's go right. Come on, speed up. There we go. I'm testing a new microphone today, so curious to see what the audio quality is like. As always, I'm wrestling with trying to remove the fan noise from behind of the computer, which gets very hot doing all this filming. So we'll see how that goes. I've found myself down an increasingly narrow, small path. This does not look like a main road out of town, and in fact it's getting worse and worse. So no, look, going to bail on this, go back to the beginning. We need to find something else, because you know you've got to keep moving here. What does that say? Private road, privé road. That said, actually. I think for some reason I've gotten turned around again and gone a different way this time. Oh no! Come on. This is not good geoguessing here. I've gone the wrong way. So I think I turned up that way. We went back up the road. I wanted to come down to this road. I should have gone... Oh no. Disaster. Can I hit restart, please? Yes, we can go up here. Perhaps we should have gone this way already, but you know, what can you do? When it's a case of left or right and you choose the wrong one, you can't beat yourself up, can you? So look, I'm going to guess, you know, south of England if I can do no better. Just because, you know, it looks pretty sort of middle of the road really for the UK, does this? It's nothing really stands out. It's not particularly hilly. It doesn't look, you know, I couldn't necessarily tell you if this is Northern Ireland versus England, but I think it's England. If anything, just because it's quite a dense area. You know, there's lots of. This is the sort of road I was looking for, and this is the only clue I'm going to get at these signs here. So let's see if we recognise any of those. Yes, south of England. Let's get in here. I saw Winchester. I'm going to put a safety pin down. We're getting in there close. Winchester is sort of roughly north-westish. I don't know. We're going to be around here somewhere. Let's just go for the guess. Get it over and done with. Oh! In fact, I think I moved my pin from up here down here. So look, we were very close there. Where were we? Should have... Bit of a shame that we didn't get there earlier. But, oh well, what can you do? Not too bad, actually. That was very close. Happy with that. But then it is the UK. I should recognise that. I saw some signs here, so let's see if there's anything interesting. Absolutely nothing. Okay. This looks a bit different. Not immediately sure of this. Feels European. I think we see the sort of Euro style number plates. Haven't seen any writing. Need some writing. We're coming up to a roundabout, so that should be useful. Let's see if there's any signs on the roundabout. No, none there. Are there any here? Come on. Is that? Right, not a lot. So let's carry on and see. Sometimes it just turns me around and then I'm not sure. Right, what do we have here? This looks like Hebrew to me. So we could be in Israel somewhere. Not sure at the moment. Not feeling too confident. But Israel, would make sense because it's not an area really that I recognise, and I certainly don't recognise this. So yes, look, I think there we've got some Hebrew, so that's good. Not much in the way of signposts, and to be honest, if there are, there won't be much in the way of English either, I don't think. So I guess it's just a case of figuring out where we might be. Well, it looks quite, it's quite residential, and it's quite hilly. So, and it's a bit greener. So, maybe we'll go, Tel Aviv might work, sort of the outskirts of Tel Aviv, but what I see here is Haifa, and so maybe we're in Haifa. It just feels a little hilly. We're definitely in a sort of a city centre here. I think up on maybe some of these roads, they sort of look like they could make sense. So I'm going for a guess. I'm going for a guess with Haifa just to get it done. Oh yes, and look at this. Oh, we were in the right place, I would say. Not quite in the same city, but definitely up. I guess broadly speaking, what I meant to say is, the north of Israel, I think is a good guess. So not too far at all. That was pretty good, actually. Happy with that guess. Looks nice there. Now, is that the same French style street signs? This is Rue René Châtel. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so and we're by a cemetery, so worth remembering the cemetery. Should we get out of here? Can we go up here? No, we can't. Okay. There's a school down there. So we've got a cemetery and a school. Should we ever find the town name? And I think... Rue de la Cour. This looks, like quite sort of rural France, maybe. Campagnoles. Well, we've got some signs there. Not sure at the moment. Let's see if we can get what this says. This is Sanseve Calvados. That almost sounds Spanish to me. So what are we going to do? Can we go this way? This looks like a main road. No, it is not. Well, shucks. It certainly is a really lovely day. That is one good thing. Okay, well, the weather's changeable then, we know that. This, to be honest, looks like British weather. So maybe we're in the north of France. That could make sense. Because it looks like sort of similar to this looks like England, except in the UK we have high hedgerows on both sides of the road, whereas in Europe they don't tend to do that. So maybe we're in northern France. I think that's the guess I'm going with at the moment, because I don't recognise the town names. They're obviously very small towns, and it doesn't feel like we're getting off onto a main road here anytime soon, does it? No. So you know what, I'm going to pause there. We're not going to find it by looking around or travelling for 12 kilometres down a main road. Let's see what we can see, you know, up in northern France. Maybe we'll go for like somewhere in this region, Amiens. I'm just going to have a quick look around for a couple of those names that what was it? It was Campagnolo, something like that. No, something that sounded Spanish, but I've forgotten that name already. Goyencourt, Alicino, Conti, Marseille, Ribecourt, Coutts, Chenouille, Crépy, Chambouy. Where were we? Yes, you see, we were in the north of France. Not quite where I was looking, and in fact I was heading east, so was getting further away from the truth than closer. But where were we exactly? We were by, the larger town was Vire, there's Campagnoles, and another one around here which had a sort of I said it was more Spanish, but that was obviously wrong. Coulons is where we were. Lovely. So that's 2 in France, I think, for this game. Let's view the summary. So yeah, look at that. Actually, almost 3 in a row. The first, the fifth, and the third. The first and the fifth were in France. The third was in the UK. Well, we got pretty close with that one. I'm actually most happy, I think, with the guess in the US, because just sort of recognised the scenery there. It reminded me of that film. And I think the best guess of them all was that in Israel, which was quite close to. Well, we got lucky really choosing the town of Haifa, and we were just in the wrong district, but close enough. So that's great. Thank you very much for playing with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.